Hey, as I mentioned before, a lot of this channel is really just me documenting some thoughts and having them down to share with friends, family, others. And when I'm thinking about this work that I'm doing with The Way of Integrity by Martha Beck, there's so much in it. I'm not even close to. Like her whole year of not lying at all, that's unbelievable. If you read it just for that section, it'll knock your socks off. But she's talking about really coming into to being who we are. And I think it's a challenge to do that because we got so many layers and blocks and things that are hidden in our life and all these kind of things. And she says counseling sessions of all kinds are confidential precisely so that clients can access their truth without alerting the people in their real lives. It's a place of safety, right? And we don't feel safe in our real lives to be completely us or to share everything that's going on in our minds or our hearts. It's dangerous. And part of it's right because it could be painful to some people, and we don't need to do that all of the time. And then she says this, some people become therapy or seminar addicts, constantly seeking environments where they can be themselves without upsetting any apple carts. And that is just such a great truth of where can I belong? Where can I be myself? Where can I let it all go and find acceptance? And the reason we find acceptance there, honestly, is because people don't know or don't see the whole story. We feel like we're being really honest there and we're really being ourselves there. And we are to a large extent. We're getting to really be our truth selves. And because these other folks do not have a memory of us, they don't have a memory of us. They get to accept us as we are. And we love that. And so the challenge becomes when we enter that type of community is to say, well, this is where I'm supposed to be all the time. This is where I'm supposed to live all the time, instead of how do I integrate? How do I bring this back to this life that I'm actually committed to with my friends, my family, and whatnot? And how do I bring this back instead of saying, well, I'm about to leave this. I'm about to be full time over in this other arena where I feel like my truth exists. I'm just going to pop over there and live. It's a very attractive narrative. It's a very attractive, dare I say, fantasy. Until in the new situation, they begin to have memories of us. And our faults or our challenges start coming out. And we see that our truth is not all as identical as we thought that it was. And I wrote this note inside, uh, let's not abandon just to join another group. Let's not get attracted to an alternative lifestyle just to find out later that there's challenges over there as well, that everything isn't perfect over there. We usually so highlight this new path or new direction that we want to go into, we act like it's where I'm supposed to be. But we're not really seeing the entire picture because we don't have any memories of it. We don't have enough reps over there to know if that's really where we belong. We're creating this image. And so we know people who have left their friends, have left their family, they've gone off and joined another group. And I'm not talking about a cult, just joined another group because they feel like that's where they belong. And sometimes that transitions really well if they're really aligned, and other times it doesn't. So here's some questions to ask. And these are questions I ask myself when I get really attracted to something new. And it's easy for me. I can hear a new idea or a concept and love it and think, oh, I'm engaged by that. So number one is what's foundational. So Paul, what's foundational? What's the pattern of your life that's never left? And that you're not going to leave. Let's be honest about that. That no matter where you go, what group you join, what belief system you're attracted to, this foundational element, it's just not leaving. It's been there your whole life. It's part of, let's say, your DNA. It may be part of your soul makeup. So it's not leaving. You got to become aware of that. Otherwise, you're just trying to make a substitution with this other group. Number two, or thing. In fact, does this new thing create tension with your foundation? So that when I'm thinking about this new thing and this new belief or this new direction, is there tension in there? Because I know it's not simply that I'm going to bother somebody else or hurt somebody's feelings or cause an upset. I'm going to cause an upset in here. I'm not just going to cause an upset out there. We've got to be open and honest enough about that, knowing our foundation, knowing our core, to know that we're going to create some challenges inside. Number 3, is this new thing true or just attractive? Is it true or is it just new? Is this going to be an addition to the foundation? Is this something to really build upon, or is it a short-term attraction in life that you're enjoying exploring, but probably not going to live there for the rest of your life? Number 4, what are the 5 worst things about this new direction? The 5 worst things. The good things, the lovely things, the awesome things, I think they're everywhere. It's super simple how awesome this new direction or belief is, or activity or group or community. It's so easy. That list is easy. So what's the 5 worst things? What's the 5 worst things about it? Google it. Find out other people who've gone down this direction. And at the core, number 5, at the core, why won't this enlightened awareness go away? And I like the words enlightened awareness, because what would be great is to be able to pull back absent from the thought or the new learning or the new concept, or even like with the way of integrity, there's a lot that I'm attracted to and a lot that I reject simply because it's not me. I mean, it's not me at my core, at my soul. That's where we've got to get to. Instead of thinking, or at least I do, make my personal notes, you can do anything you want. I feel like that each of us know, with that inner guide, that inner teacher, who we are, where we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to be doing. If we'll get quiet enough to discover that, I can read a book and book and book and make notes and make notes and read another book. But is any of that real for me? Is it real for you? Finding that type of enlightened awareness to make sure that I'm not simply making a substitution, that I'm not simply following something else that seems interesting and invigorating and energizing. Is this true, or is it simply new? And you won't know until you know. You be blessed.